Hello and welcome to League of Legends Daily number 4 with your host, Tesla. Alright, so I had quite a few questions from you guys before the daily today, or at least a few decent questions. We're going to go ahead and go over a few of them. One of the biggest concerns that you guys mentioned was in regards to Ashe. You guys saw a match where an Ashe player did not know how to last hit. So we are actually going to go ahead and go over some last hitting, and that'll be the first part of tonight's daily. So let's go ahead and let's pick Ashe.
Smart choice.
Alright, now before I lock in, I'm going to go ahead and choose a cute skin just because we can. Now why is last hitting very important? Well, the reason why you need to last hit and not just auto attack is when you auto attack, you end up giving away all of those creeps. Every one of those creeps give you extra gold, which is why it's very important that you hit them. You must hit them. Alright, so Ashe is an AD champion. AD stands for attack damage. Her primary role is to do damage per second, to dish out as much damage as possible. Other champions similar to her, at least for the ranged category. Now when I talk about ranged, I mean you're not up in their face. You're able to be kind of at a safe distance and still poke at them. So you've got Ashe, you've got Caitlyn, Miss Fortune, Corki, you have Vayne, and you have Graves. Oh, and Tristana. So, with that being said, we are loading in right now. We're going to go ahead and for this demonstration, we are going to grab a Doran's Blade and go from there. Now, I personally like to start off with E for the last hitting and then get into W. Now, W does a lot of damage. The E, what that does is you get 1 extra gold for when you kill a unit. A unit, if I can talk today. So we're going to go ahead and start off with E. Now, because it is Versa bot, which is our Shen bot, I'm going to be able to kind of show you guys without being harassed too much just how it's going to work. Generally, when you play an AD champion, especially an AD range, you'll be at this lane right here. Now this is if you are spawning on blue team, okay? Blue team is here, purple team is there. Now, for blue team, this is the bot lane. For purple team, this is the bot lane. Where I am at right now is called middle, or mid lane. Most people refer to it as mid lane. And this is mid lane for them. This is their top lane. This is currently our top lane. So let's go over the jungle and why jungle is important here really quick. Right here, where you guys can see this is where wolves spawn. Alright, right here is a blue buff. Most people just call him blue. Or blue buff. Right here, you have the wraiths. You have the red buff right here. Then you have golems right here. From there, you've got dragon, which bottom lane, this lane here, and this lane here, fight for control and dominance over the knowledge whether or not they have the ability to take down dragon. Taking down dragon can be such a big deal. However, we'll go over more of that a little later into this match. Let's go ahead and work on the last hitting. Now, a little side note about Ashe is the longer that you do not attack, the more your crit goes up. That is actually her passive. As you can see, I have to wait till they're low, and it can be very annoying, and it can be very hard. To practice, I would suggest going into a custom game or a bot game, what have you, just to get the feel of it. If you're practicing last hitting, that's a great way to learn, in my opinion. Either that or run into a normal game and just practice. Because it's not something you're just going to instantly get. Like, see, I just missed a CS. 2. 3. Wow, this is not good. Alright. So this is kind of how you last hit, and it's not easy. I'm not going to say it is, but you do have to keep up on it. You can use your skills to go ahead and help do damage, but you really don't want to, no matter who you're playing. Alright, as you guys can see, by level 3, I have
Freeze.
my Hawk Shot, my Volley, and my Frost Shot. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what these skills do as we run down here to bot lane to go kill a Shen. Hawk Shot. Not only does it give you extra gold for when you last hit, but as you guys can see, I've got it selected to go ahead and use it. The screen bubble appears, and that is what it does. It shoots a hawk and gives you vision on the way there and everything else. Now let's activate my Q. My Q is a slow, and as you guys can see, when it hits, it's slowing them down. Volley is like a bigger version of that.
Quickly now.
Now we don't want to dive the turret, despite the fact that it is a bot and it's very, very tempting. So, that's kind of one of those things. For AD champions, you really need to work on building AD. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Oh. Or not. I'm not gonna die, but I'm not gonna get the kill. That sucks. Should I have tower dived? No. What you saw me do there was an offensive forward flash, which means instead of using flash to get out of a bad situation, I used it to try and close the distance between Shen and I. Things like that are generally called gap closers. There are champions who have them. Alright. So, last hitting takes a lot of practice. You're not going to get it right away. No one ever does. So let's go ahead and let us leave this game now. I think that kind of covers all of that at this point, at least for last hitting. So if you guys have any questions or comments in regards to that. Let's see here. If you could make some changes to League, what and why? That is a great question. This is a great question. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about that. If you could make some changes to League of Legends, what would you make them and why? I would make changes, honestly, to the way a person is evaluated in their ELO. And this would be really, really tricky. Right now, when you win or lose a match in a ranked game, you gain or lose ELO. And this is for solo queue, at least for the ranked solo queue. Now, that's great and dandy, but I think that ELO should also be affected by your kills, your deaths, and your assists. But the problem with this is it would also affect tanks. So figuring out how you could adjust it properly, where it could properly evaluate a person's ELO in a one-on-one game, is very, very hard. I think that the solo queue needs a slight adjustment from what is used for the ELO system for ranked teams. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about common bans. This is a good one. Alright, so I don't know how many of you have ever played a League of Legends match, at least ranked, and been like, oh, well, who do I ban? Why do I ban them? That's going to depend completely, and I do mean completely, on your ELO. So, in lower ELOs, you'll see that people make some ridiculous bans. So let's go over some of those bans. One of the first bans being Amumu, the sad little mummy. Now, why is he banned? He has a skill, which is crowd control. We're going to use crowd control, or CC. Now, what this one does is Curse of the Sad Mummy. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is low enough. Alright, Curse of the Sad Mummy. This is what it does. As soon as it loads. And that stuns them. That actually stuns them right there. He is banned for things like that. Now watch what Bandage Toss does. That also stuns. Now when you add in further skills like Despair, which is an AoE, you can see very quickly why Amumu is banned. Let's even go to Tantrum. And that's Tantrum. Once again, another AoE in that area. And now, higher up ELO knows how to deal with this. Lower ELO does not. So Amumu is a very, very common ban in lower ELO because of his CC abilities. Let's cover another common ban and why. The next common ban is Rammus. Rammus, the Armadillo. Once again, Rammus is one of those champions that is banned because of his abilities. He has the ability to do so much crowd control. So let's go ahead and let's watch his Powerball skill. You guys see that? So he powers up and he rolls at you really, really fast. Now the defensive curl. There's that. Oh, 1 second. Alright, sorry for that interruption, guys. Unexpected cell phone call. Anyhow, so defensive curl increases his armor and magic resistance while returning damage to attacks. Alright, so there is that. The next one, puncturing taunt. This is a major reason why Rammus is banned. A major reason. Take a look. Take a look at that taunt. That taunt is pretty long. Then you have tremors. Tremors are his ulti. That is an AoE. So this is a major reason why people want Rammus banned, is for his crowd control abilities. Alright, so let's go over let's go over other common bans and why, if I can talk. The next common ban is Kassadin. As you can see, Kassadin's a very interesting looking champion. So let's go over what his skills do. Null Sphere. This silences on top of dealing damage. Take a look at that silence. That Cho'Gath just got shut down. It's really, really annoying. Alright, here's this. Now the passive for this one is Kassadin's attacks restore mana. The mana restored is tripled against enemy champions. Active. Basic attacks do additional damage. So, there's that. Force Pulse. This one is so annoying. He throws this out and you become slowed and damaged. So now Cho'Gath is slowed on top of everything. And then Rift Rock. This is what makes him so dangerous. This Rift Walk. Okay? You add this plus a blue and he is just Rift Walking like no tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons he's banned, is he just has so much mobility, so much diversity to offer to his team. Another one, and this is one of my favorites, but she's banned a lot, Morgana, the Fallen Angel. So we're going to go over Morgana's skills now. One of the major reasons Morgana is banned is, once again, her crowd control abilities. First off, let's start with Dark Binding. This is her Q. Take a look at what happens to Kayle, her sister. She's snared. She can't move, can't run away. Tormented Soil. This one is interesting. It infects an area with soil, causing enemy units in that area to take quite a bit of continuous damage until it's gone or until they're no longer there. Next, Black Shield. This is also known as a spell shield. It places a protective barrier around an allied champion, absorbing magical damage and disables until penetrated or the shield dissipates. This can be crucial, and this is one of the major things about Morgana that people hate going against. Soul Shackles. Morgana can jump in the middle of a full team fight, activate Soul Shackles, and boom, they're snared unless they get out of reach of it fast enough or kill Morgana before it goes off. Something like that. So those are 4 very, very common bans. Okay. Other bans include right now mind you, this is right now, Shaco. Shaco, once again, is a ban in the lower levels, and we're going to go over why the Demon Jester is a ban. So, this one's skill is called Deceive. Shaco stealths himself instantly and teleports to target location. His next attack is guaranteed to critical strike. Take a look here, guys, on the video as it loads slowly. There we go.
The joke's on you!
See? That's one thing. Loliello does not know how to compensate or deal with this kind of play, which is why he is banned. Another one is Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is very, very annoying. So let's go ahead and go over Jack in the Box now. And smart Shakos end up using these not only offensively in regards to like this, where he can place them and use them to fear the enemy but also do damage, but he also places them defensively and uses them like wards. Next, 2 Sivir Poison. What this does is he basically throws a dagger, okay, and it can slow them. Now, if I remember correctly, this dagger, if thrown and the enemy has their back turned, deals double damage. Then you have Hallucinate. And this is what's really annoying. Shaco basically makes a double of himself. Only his teammates know. And there are a couple of tales that you can use to figure out which one's the real Shaco and which one's not. But most people don't know which one is fake and which one is real. And what's really, really annoying about the Hallucinate is if you kill the wrong one, it shoots out daggers in an AoE effect, damaging everyone in that area. Right there, just saw it. So he's another common ban. Currently, Shen is also a huge ban, and this is because people don't know how to deal with him. Thanks to the newest Shen buffs, all of his skills, all of his abilities get stronger with the more HP he builds. Something along the lines thereof. Vorpal Blade, when he throws it, if you attack whatever has Vorpal Blade on it, you gain a certain amount of HP back. Then you have Feint. Feint is a shield that he places on himself to absorb damage, and you can see it right there. Alright, so let's go over Shadow Dash. His taunt. Not only can this be used as a taunt, it can be used as a gap closer. There you go, that taunt. It is a very, very annoying taunt. Then, the Stand United. This can be so annoying. If your teammate is dying, you can go ahead, use this skill on them, shield them, join the fight, taunt it, and help them get some kills. There you go. So those are some common bans and why. Alright, so let's see what your other guys' questions were. That actually seems to be it. So let's go over a couple of more common bans. Singed. The Mad Scientist. Now, why is he a common ban? Everybody jokes that he has got a global taunt. Just when you think he's low enough, you'll end up following him through his poison trail. Watch this, and you'll see his poison trail. People will follow him through it, and then die. They will die because of it. Alright. His next skill, Mega Adhesive, can be so annoying. He basically drops his goop in an area, and it slows whatever walks through it, which allows him to catch up to that opponent or whatever. Then he's got a fling. So if he's got poison trail on, he can throw down mega adhesive and then fling the opponent. And then instant insanity potion. When he does this, it is just amazing. His speed increases a bit. I believe he gets some health regen, things like that. Let's take a look at, and he looks insane too, as you guys can see. So many people die to him because of that. Another common band, a different Elos, Scion. Why is Scion a band? Cryptic Gaze. It stuns. Watch this, as Garen finds how stunning it is.
To battle.
See how long that stun was? That can be quite a bit. Okay. Death Carcass. He surrounds himself with a damage-absorbing shield. If the shield is not destroyed in 10 seconds, then it will explode, dealing damage to surrounding enemies. Cast again after 4 seconds to manually detonate. Alright, Enrage. While active, Scion gains attack damage at the cost of his health on each basic attack. Additionally, he permanently increases his maximum health whenever he kills a unit. And if that's not bad enough, cannibalism. Scion consumes some of his enemy's life force on each attack, leeching health to himself and nearby allies. The smell of flesh also renews Scion's favor, increasing his attack speed. He's pretty vicious. He really is. That's why he's a common band. Now as you get higher up in levels, and ELO, you'll see different champions banned besides those. Some of the champions you'll see banned are junglers, AD carries, or even supports. Well, you'll see at least one AP carry banned. Alright. Oops. Alright, so, what is an AP champion you might see banned? Well, we already kind of covered this. So let's cover an AD champion you might see banned. Graves. Why would Graves be banned? Good question. Graves has this skill called Buckshot. Fires 3 bullets in a cone, damaging all enemies in their path. Smoke screen. When fired, as you can see here, in just a second, here you go. Graves fires it. TF has now lost vision of everything outside of that circle. Quick Draw. Quick Draw increases attack speed for Graves and allows him to move straight to the opponent and deal a lot of damage. Then you have Collateral Damage, which, take a look at how powerful his ultimate is, and that attacks everything in reach of its range. So, fires an explosive shell, dealing heavy damage to the first champion it hits. After hitting a champion or reaching the end of its range, the shell explodes, dealing damage in a cone. So as you can see, if anything was further behind TF there, it would have taken further damage. Not to mention, his passive increases his armor and magic resistance the longer he remains in combat. So there's that one. Another AD champion you might see get banned is Vayne. Why Vayne? Great question. Night Hunter, her passive. Vayne ruthlessly hunts evildoers. She gains 30 movement speed when running towards nearby enemy champions. Then she's got this great skill called Tumble. And what Tumble does is you will see right here, first of Vladimir.
Black magics.
Vayne tumbles, and her next basic attack will do extra damage. But let's go on to Silver Bullets. Now what this does, and I'm going to show you here in the video, is Silver Bullets allows the damage to be stacked on.
I pass
As you can see, 1, 2, 3 on that third one, it deals additional damage. The third consecutive attack or ability against the same target deals a percentage of the target's maximum health as bonus true damage. Maximum 200 damage versus monsters. Then you have Condemn, and this is why people hate Vayne. Because using this in combo with any of the other skills makes her so dangerous. So she basically fires a heavy crossbow, shoots an enemy into a wall, stuns him, and then follows it up with other skills to secure the kill. Then you've got her ultimate. Now the way this ultimate works is you can see it was activated. Now she tumbles, she just became invisible for X amount of seconds. And as you can see there, ulti, tumble, Silver Bullets, she just did a ton of damage right there alone. So those are some very common bans. Alright, I think that just about covers a lot of the common bans right now without going into some of the junglers, that sort of thing. So the question is, guys, do you have any more questions? Do you guys have anything else that you would like to know about? Yes, Ahri is another good ban for a AP carry. And the reason for this is Ahri skills, this one specifically, shoots out a ball of light in an area, straight forward and back in, and deals true damage on its way back out. So it does magic damage on the way out, true damage back in. Then you have Foxfire. Foxfire has these 3 little lights that appear next to her, and they do damage to the first thing in range. So if you have 3 different minions in range, you'll go ahead and do that. Then you have got Charm, and Charm can be just as annoying as any taunt. Charm, they walk to you, so on and so forth, you then follow it up. And if that's not bad enough, Spirit Rush. She can jump in, use other skills, and jump out. And as she jumps, you'll see that she deals a certain amount of damage. Then she's got Essence Theft. Ahri gains a charge of Essence Theft whenever one of her spells hits an enemy. Maximum charge 3 per spell. Upon reaching 9 charges, her next spell has 35% spell vamp. Pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything else you guys want me to go over. So if you're watching this on the live stream, feel free to go ahead and leave your comments there right now, and I'll go ahead and answer them. If you're watching this on YouTube, you guys are more than welcome to post in comments what you guys would like to know about later on. Another good ban for AP would be Kennen because of Kennen's CC ability. Specifically, the ultimate, Slicing Maelstrom. And watch why. Kennen goes ahead, summons a storm, can move with this storm, and after it actually goes off, after they're in it long enough, boom, they become stunned. Alright, so I want to thank you all for tuning in to League of Legends Daily number 4. I know this one was very short. If you guys were watching this live, thank you so much. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is @DJTesla. If you guys want to like my Facebook fan page, that is facebook.com/TeslaChu. That's TESLACHU. TESLACHU. And yeah, I will be back to do another one tomorrow night. As I put up the wrong screen to tell you all thank you for tuning into the League of Legends Daily number 4. I'm your host, if I can learn to talk. I'm your host, Tesla. So stay tuned in, and I will be right back to stream some more actual games for you guys.